Happy Thursday, everyone, and today we're going to be diving into another SoFi exclusive video. If you are a SoFi bro, you own SoFi shares, and you're a brother of mine, if you're a SoFi sister of mine, a SoFi sis, and you own some SoFi shares, let me know down below in the comments. Welcome if you are new. I put out YouTube videos on this channel Monday through Friday, free educational content on Saturdays, and I'm a SoFi bull. I've been a shareholder in SoFi since February 2nd, 2024, and I plan on holding SoFi for many years because SoFi is building a vision not around a growth cycle of what the company is currently on right now, growing with a compound annual growth rate, aka a CAGR of 30+% year over year, but they are setting themselves up for long-term expansion. And I am extremely bullish and extremely believe that the long-term trajectory on SoFi is just going to be up and to the right. And today I kind of really want to cover this piece of news that actually came out yesterday. Yesterday I did post a video about AMD's earnings. I'm also an AMD bull, so I didn't really get a chance to really cover SoFi's news drop from yesterday. I'm on the SoFi investor relation page, which I feel is the most accurate way to actually get information. This article is going to be in the description down below if you want to go ahead and read it for yourself. But let's go ahead and look into this article, pretty much of what SoFi is doing. Straight off the headline, SoFi expands access to private markets with funds from CAS Investments and AngelList Asset Management. 1 second, water cheers, by the way. Don't really do a whole lot of editing around here. I believe real talk especially is the best talk when it comes to stocks in the market. Okay, so pretty much what is this in a quick little nutshell without really diving into a lot of this article? SoFi is basically expanding into more private areas and allowing people to have more private access to exclusive offers. I did not buy the SpaceX IPO. A lot of people did. And one of the ways that you could have access to that IPO is actually through SoFi Invest, aka their brokerage app. If you are not sure what SoFi is or what they do, or if you randomly clicked on this video, SoFi is a hybrid banking model company. So they don't make all their revenue traditionally from lending, aka like loans, mortgages, student loans, personal loans, etc., car loans, right? A lot of the revenue, if not beyond 50% of the revenue, comes from financial services, financial side. So that includes pretty much anything regarding SoFi Invest. They also have SoFi Plus, which is unlocking a premium edition to be a client on their like member list. Basically, you get like better APY on checkings account, better promotion offers, and they basically make money also just originating loans. So when they get a new loan, whether you come to them for like a refinance of a personal, some debt to put into a personal loan, you use pretty much their student loan refinance, mortgage as well. They make money on basically loan origination, and then they also pretty much sell that loan off their balance sheet to someone that's willing to take on that loan. So there's a lot of things that goes into SoFi entirely. They're not just a bank, and this is basically something that goes with their business model, is that it gives people the chance to actually have access to very private companies that they may not have access to. Believe it or not every single brokerage app out there is going to allow you to have some access to pretty much like IPOs. Now, SoFi Invest is a brokerage app, and you can literally have a checkings, a savings, and also a brokerage account. Very similar to like Robinhood is a brokerage, Webull is a brokerage. So SoFi Invest is in theory, or actually I should say it's not in theory, it is a brokerage app where you can have private access to very much offerings like SpaceX. If you are a SoFi member, I have a SoFi checkings and savings account. I use my SoFi checking savings account as pretty much a business account. I'm a small business owner, so pretty much anything I do when it comes to business, I keep my business side of income and pretty much revenue there. But I mean, on the flip side, hypothetically, if I want to take some of that money and buy some stock, I very well can. So this just goes ahead and expands pretty much SoFi's business model further out even more to allow you as an average banking individual to have access to buy some stock. Because the reality about it is that the typical person that does not own or does not have a brokerage account, such as Robinhood or Webull or many other like Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Fidelity, just any brokerage app out there, right, to buy stock or crypto. Well, you could very much just have a standard checking account, savings account with SoFi. You can buy cryptocurrency, and you can also buy exclusive IPOs. So you can do all of that stuff in one app, or rather I should say one bank. It's a all-in-one shop for your financial well-being. You can buy stock, you can buy crypto. Yes, SoFi will have access to upcoming IPOs, which are phenomenal, SoFi Invest. And it basically just strengthens its core model around their member growth, aka clients and people that are using SoFi's products, such as me. And it's just going to pretty much expand that long-term vision. So basically, pretty much straight off the article, SoFi Technologies, the Everything app, pretty much like I was talking about, for digital finance services, today introduced 3 new private market funds from Cass Investments and AngelList Asset Management. These funds provide exposure to private market strategies across AI, fintech, healthcare, defense, and other sectors, with investments that may include companies such as OpenAI, Anthropic, not gonna pronounce that one, and others. Yes, investors are looking beyond traditional stocks and bonds, but the complexity of private market investing has historically put these strategies out of their reach for many. SoFi Securities LLC is helping bridge the gap and pairing expand access to private market strategies with educational resources that empower members to invest with greater confidence. The new funds include pretty much everything listed here. Let me go ahead and read this quote from Anthony Noto, our fearless leader. SoFi is making alternative investing more accessible for investors. Yes, that's very true. Like I said, SoFi basically very much wants to get their members that has a checking or savings account to very much be buying stock and crypto on their platform. And I'm almost certain they do make revenue when people actually do buy and sell stock. Don't quote me on that. I feel like a horse's bum for not having that directly in front of me, but I'm almost positive. Robinhood, Webull, any brokerage app pretty much makes money when people buy and sell stock. Primarily sell stock in general. They take a very much small fee. So SoFi wants to take the average person that doesn't normally buy stock, and they want that person to start investing with SoFi Invest. And it's a great business model, and it's also very true. Finishing the quote here, SoFi is making alternative investing more accessible for investors looking to diversify their profiles, but who have previously faced barriers to entry, said Anthony Noto, CEO. We're proud to expand our selection of investment opportunities across private equity, real estate, venture capital, and more, giving members more ways to diversify their profiles and pursue their financial ambitions, baby. So think about it like this. Before SoFi, if you wanted to buy stock, you had to open a brokerage account. Now SoFi is a company that is a disruptor in the banking sector, because does JPM allow you to buy stock in crypto by banking with JPM? Pretty sure they don't. Find me a bank out there that allows you to basically pretty much buy crypto, hold crypto, and also buy and hold stock. Yeah. So the thing about it is that SoFi wants to take the average person and turn them into a long-term investor. That is a great business model. That is why I'm super bullish. Let's go ahead and look at the chart here for SoFi. So, to really conclude today's video, I kind of just really want to look at some technical analysis. Today, SoFi is definitely breaking out a little bit, but there's a lot of resistance at 1850. So, on the chart, SoFi, in order to very much move higher, which on the daily time frame, SoFi very much could. I am very bullish on SoFi, especially with their past earnings, literally not more than a week ago. And their earnings have shown that SoFi is growing substantially. There are some questions about their EPS basically meeting for the end of the year because they're spending a lot of money to reinvest in the business. I'll say that again. SoFi is spending a lot of their capital to reinvest in their business. They're not blowing their capital on vacations, on stupid stuff. They're taking their capital and they're reinvesting into their business. So there is a lot of a lot of questions about, hey, are they basically pretty much going to meet their EPS for the end of the year? Anthony Noto pretty much came out and said, yeah, we just been spending a lot to reinvest in the business. Bullish, 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 in my opinion. So as for the charts, SoFi is very much going to trade with the broader market. And right now, oil is very much below 85 bucks, which is very good for inflation stated by the Federal Reserve. And if all this stuff happens in the Middle East that is very good and very peaceful, then we could very much see SoFi trend higher to break out of 1850, a very key resistant level. And you got to remember that when you get above a resistant level, what was resistance is now support. So if we can get above 1850 for a couple trading days, very bullish, we can start moving higher to maybe reclaim 20 bucks. Oh yes, no reason why SoFi can't be 20 bucks. No reason. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely drop a like. If you want to follow my content, subscribe here, entirely free. Let me know down below if you think that SoFi expanding their SoFi Invest is definitely bullish for future growth and turning the average person into investors as well too. I think that is also super, super bullish. Otherwise, I'll see you all tomorrow for a brand new video, and later.